Hello friends, wherever you are, I hope you're doing well. I'm here in Central Australia in Yeppoon or Roslyn Bay, which is super cool. Was at a festival on the weekend, Tropical Bloom Festival, and actually met a couple people that have been watching this channel. So that was quite humbling and flattering for me to actually meet some people that have been practicing the guitar because of this YouTube channel. So thank you for that. I'm in my hotel room practicing my own stuff for tonight's concert, and getting through a little list I have of requests from you guys about what to work on. So YouTube user NZY or NZ, I don't know how you say it, but NZY asked for a lesson about transitions between bar chords. That's a good question, that's a tough question, that's a complex question, so I will do my absolute best. If you don't know, a bar chord as opposed to an open chord, which an open chord is when you're playing a chord that's got open strings in it. So in this case, I'm playing a C major chord, and some of the strings, such as the top E string, are not being fretted, they're ringing out. Those are generally considered the easiest chords to play because, as you can see here, I'm just using 3 fingers to fret 3 notes, and the rest of my strings are just ringing open. A bar chord, by comparison, for example, this, let's say an F sharp chord, I'm barring, my first finger is creating a bar, which is spelled B-A-R-R-E, whichever language that is, French or whatever. I'm barring all 6 strings with this finger, and it makes it a much more challenging chord to play. Bar chords have more strings, more things that can go wrong. They're physically harder to play, they're harder to change, so they're a bit tougher. And the question is, how do you transition between bar chords? Once you can play a few bar chords, it's a whole nother ball game. If you're playing a song and you want to change chords quickly, you have to. If you're playing a normal song with normal chord changes, like a sing-along campfire kind of thing, you've essentially got practically 0 time to change chords. Of course, it takes more than 0 time to do so, and most songs give you essentially 0 time. So that's an interesting challenge, isn't it? First, let's fret this F sharp chord. If you don't know it, probably a useful bit of music theory anyway. What I want you to do is go back. Should we do this now? Okay, we'll do it quickly. Imagine an E chord. So you probably know an E major chord. It's 0, 2, 2, 1, 0, 0. Uniquely, I'm playing this one without my first finger. So I'm playing it 3rd finger, 4th finger, 2nd finger. The reason I'm doing that, and the first finger's free, I'm now gonna ask you to move all your fingers up 1 fret. That, if you've ever watched my videos, we call flamenco F in Calidad, or I call it that. It's like an F major 7 or something like that, flat 5, we call it flamenco F. So we've moved our E chord up 1 fret. What we're gonna do now with this first finger is bar it across all the 1st fret. That's now an F major chord. So we've simply taken an E chord, moved it up a fret. E doesn't have a sharp, so the next note after E is F. And we're gonna put, that's an F. And now we're going to move that whole shape 1 fret up, F sharp. So that's how you do an F sharp. Now, YouTube user NZY, to answer your question, how do you transition between bar chords? Let's pretend we're going to go F sharp to G sharp, which is 2 frets up. One way you can do it is sliding. So I'm actually sliding the whole chord shape. You can see my hand shape and structure doesn't really change much at all. I'm holding the chord shape and I'm moving my strings, my fingers across the strings. That's one. Another thing, and probably the thing I do the most, is when you're strumming. What I did then, I'll do it slow. What I did at the very, very last second, I've released that F sharp chord. So instead of strumming the notes, I've released the tension from this left hand, so it's coming just kind of, instead of pushing in the strings, it's coming 1 more millimeter towards you. And by you, I mean the camera there. And I'm just touching the strings lightly, so I'm muting the strings. So I strum, mute. So putting a mute in between chords is a nice way to quickly change your bar chords. Also, like everything, you have to practice slowly. I always tell you this, and it's always true. So let's fret that F sharp chord again, F sharp major. And just pick each of the 6 strings and actually make sure each one is ringing open and true. You'll be shocked how often you play a bar chord, and if you arpeggiate, which is picking each string individually, you'll be shocked how often one of your fingers is in the way, or you're not pushing down hard enough, or something like that, or your nails are too long. And another cool thing in this example, another thing that you can do and is a really great thing to have in your arsenal of tricks and knowledge is playing a chromatic chord. So in this case, we're going from F sharp to G sharp. You might think it's cool to go F sharp. So you can actually play the chord in the middle, F sharp, G sharp. That chromatic sound is very popular in jazz. It's used quite often in metal. I guess it's kind of used in everything. Classical music uses heaps of chromaticism. So there's 3 basic ways. I'm sorry, I could talk about this for so long. I don't want to make this video too long. I like my videos to be short and kind of simple and to the point. So I don't want to blabber on too much. But changing between 2 very simple bar chords, we can kind of slide. We can put a very quick mute in between. Or we can just play a chord that's in between. And you might be going from, let's say, F sharp to B, which is at the 7th fret. So I might just decide to play the A. 3 simple techniques. Let me know how you go. I hope I'm not rushing and glossing over this. I'm just trying to make it kind of digestible rather than really long and really boring. Good luck practicing. Let me know how you're going. Leave me a comment. If you have a request for a video, I'll do my absolute best. And I appreciate you guys watching and practicing your guitars. Thank you very much.